Yo, 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 Jeremiah Black Development Network. I didn't know that I was going to be doing another video on Jason so soon, but I have a video that I'm about to pull up on you guys, man. It's actually with the lead attorney. So, I, I kind of get to kind of pick apart like him and lead attorney's relationship a little bit too, but I thought this was a great topic. Shout out to both those guys. Also, Orlando Minor too. I think he's an underrated YouTuber on here as well. That deserves a lot of credit for Jason's success, just for being his partner in crime. And so, yeah, man. Let's go ahead and pull in this video, and let's talk about it a little bit.
Welcome to Pocket Watching with JT. Real Accountant Reacts. Jason Thornton is a financial advisor licensed in both tax and financial planning. This video is not financial advice. This is JT's real reaction to finance and business related issues to help you think like an accountant.
We got the lead attorney. I'm sorry. We got the lead attorney. I just saw. Let me bring the lead on here.
What's up, brothers? How are y'all doing?
What did I say wrong? Here we go. What else?
Listen, you know y'all are the heavyweights. When y'all talk, I usually just sit back and listen, boy, because I gotta pay for consults just to talk to you guys, soak up some of that knowledge. But let me be honest, man. I disagree with y'all on this, you know, and we can kind of we can frame like a scenario, but especially you, Orlando. Let me just ask you. You get to spend one day, 9 to 5, one-on-one with Grant Cardone for $10,000. You're not going to pay that $10,000? The fact that you even got to think, all right,
man.
No, see, the fact that you got to even think about it. No,
Before we start, you really gonna get to kind of see like where the lead attorney head is when it comes to like business opportunities. Because now from this conversation, I see him as like an opportunist, and that's most lawyers, but that's what I see him as.
Oh, listen.
Listen. Let me go ahead and go back.
Come on.
Listen. There's a lot of things that go with that, right? There's a lot of things that go with. But let's just say everything.
Wait, what goes with that? You say there's a lot of things that go with that.
Okay, there's a lot of things that go with that. If I was back when I didn't have any money, broke, no, I wouldn't have done that.
No, see, now you're doing this whole Anton thing of changing the scenario. You're doing this whole Anton thing.
But okay, come on, lead. Also, you got to understand like that's. I don't know when lead got into that stream. I watched the whole stream. But you know, you got to understand that when they got to understand when you're talking to like the general audience in front of you. So you are saying Orlando. You're telling Orlando, but what a lot of people here in the crowd is, okay, if I have Orlando's credit or if I have Orlando's life or anything like that. Don't nobody really know how much money Orlando makes. I don't think he's talked about it. If he has, put it in the comment section. But, you know, he ain't really talked about his money situation either. So, you know what I mean? And a lot of these people that are attending these programs and these conferences and stuff like that, they're not Orlando. They're not knowledgeable in real estate yet. They are literally people who are paying $10,000 hoping to really get close to Grant Cardone, to kind of, you know, get into his mind and things like that. And let's be real here, man. Once you hand somebody $10,000, they don't got to do shit for you. You did it yourself. You know what I mean? You already gave them the money. So they ain't got to take that money back, man. You're going to have another Karen Civil, Joyner Lucas deal for my urban people, man. He gave Karen Civil, what, $20,000 or something like that for a play? And she disappeared on his ass because she didn't think he was going to blow up. She didn't think he was going to ever become anything. Thank God he made that money back by himself. But at the end of the day, bro, like, you know what I mean? If y'all ever seen that Clubhouse interview or whatever the case may be, Jordan Lucas was fucked up, had a kid on the way, all that stuff. And he gave Karen Civil a lot of money to hopefully, you know, to kickstart his career and stuff like that, get him seen. And what did she do? She took his money and ran, big dog. So what y'all think Grant Cardone gonna do? You think Grant Cardone's a sucker? And I mean, and also let's keep it real too, man. these two, Jason and Orlando, especially Orlando, he has too much knowledge to fall for anything Grant Cardone is going to. So he probably wouldn't even take his money because he's like, bro, you've already been selling houses. What do you, if you're playing Grant, what are you hoping to get? You know what I mean? Are you hoping to get his network or anything like that? Ain't nobody gonna hand it over to no person. Ain't no regular ass person. No.
I can catch you brothers doing this whole soft shoe, this little side dancing all the time. That's not what I said about going back to high school or anything like that. I just said you. I said
Right
you, not
now.
in high school. You.
Yeah, I
9 to
would.
5. You
Yes, I would. I would.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah,
like pulling teeth. It's like, guys, listen. I mean, $10,000 for a 9 to 5, or even like a 12 to 5. Especially for you, Orlando. Now, I would probably do it, but I would get less value out of it than you would do it because.
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't want to.
No, I'm just saying, like, gurus have real value. And I will say this too, and this is gonna sound bad. Even if they're a little sketchy, man. Even if they're scammy as hell.
You can't see.
If I don't know how much Grant Cardone has. He was trying to get to $1 billion, but let's just say he has 800 million. And let's say that he's scamming and doing this and doing that.
No.
Whatever you say, that man's got knowledge.
Man, see, but that's the problem. See, that's the problem, though, Lead. That's the issue that we're playing here is that you're betting on that he's going to give you something in the face of value. That's not the case. They've already shown that like 1% of people are going to make it. Only 1%. Probably less than 1%, to be honest with you. But come on, big dog, like you're not gonna pay that $10,000 if you know damn well there's a possibility of you getting scammed and you already make money. There's no point in doing that. You get what I'm saying? And then to tell JT's audience that come on, bro, like nah, that's why I call lead attorney an opportunist, meaning that that's what he's defending. He's defending his right to sell courses and things like that. Like, oh, we have a lot of knowledge. You probably do, bro, but it's not something that you could have learned on your own, or it's not something that you could have learned anywhere else outside of the law, because he is an attorney. That's fine, because you are an attorney. You're not a guru. You're an attorney. You're supposed to know the law. You went to law school. You went to learn every possible law. I think he does like child support or something like that. You went to school for that, bro. You went to learn about law. Your job is about sitting there and learning as much possible to help out your client, things like that. We're talking about something like YouTube. We're talking about something like real estate and things like that. That's public information. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like you got to go and take the real estate exam and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff, man, it comes from experience. It doesn't come from, just out of thin air or anything like that. So I feel like you're an opportunity guy. Like that's what and that's kind of a good and bad thing, because you'll lay it out on the line regardless. You don't really care.
He really does.
Okay.
Let's say this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No. The point that I was gonna make is
Right. Okay.
What is the value? That's what I want to talk about. When you say they have value, what is the value? Because here's the deal: if I wouldn't spend $10,000 to hang around Warren Buffett, right? I wouldn't do it.
You're crazy.
I would, and let me explain why. I would not do it because I wouldn't see any value in it other than this. Here's the one thing where I think when you talk about the value of it, here's what it is. The value is the clout. If I hang around Warren Buffett for a day, I'm taking selfies, doing all of this. He's gonna
I'm definitely taking some selfies.
He's gonna give me some information, but he's not giving me any secrets. There's no secrets to this.
Oh my God!
The value.
You're so wrong on this.
Listen. The value that I would get is that I can then
How you gonna tell in a financial accountant anyway? JT's absolutely right here, and again, that's where you see like their dynamic differ in how they run their, to me, how they run their lives or how they run their YouTube. And let's be real, like I said, the lead attorney is a lawyer. That's his job, is to find every opportunity. That's his mindset. You get what I'm saying? To get around people that know something, that knows something, that knows something. Again, when you pay somebody $10,000 that has already, you know what I mean? Like, they don't owe you a damn thing, to be honest with you, bro. They could literally just say, hey, keep dreaming. That's like that conversation of, would you like to have dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000? That's the same conversation. Of course, you're going to take the $500,000. You could do so much with that $500,000. You're guaranteed money. You get what I'm saying? When you sit down with a star or anything like that, you ain't guaranteed nothing but to see that person in front of you. They can get the fuck up and leave at any time. So, I mean, you gotta, no, bro, it's not worth it.
And trade on the fact that I was hanging out with Warren Buffett. And
That's
may pique the interest of a certain type of clientele that now I've got new business coming in. But that's the value is the clout. There is no real value in the information that he's going to give me, because there's no secrets. There's no secrets.
Now, lead also too. Based on the conversation, I don't know when you came into the stream, we were talking about Grant doing these $10,000 group sessions where you have a bunch of people and they each pay $10,000. You think that's worth it? That's where I thought you were coming from. I didn't know you were coming from a situation of just like a one-on-one.
But JT is like, he wouldn't even do it with Warren Buffett, which is crazy. Let me ask you this.
I would definitely do
right. Not for 10 right.
Let me ask you this. All right, let's say this. All right, you got a kid in let's say it's his freshman year, and he's on scholarship at a D2 school, right? But he's a freshman. Right. And he's got some potential, but it's not like he had Georgia. It's not like he had a D1 school, but he's trying. You wouldn't pay $10,000 for him to spend from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. with Michael Jordan one-on-one?
Hell no.
What?
And listen, I'm different. But here's my thing. What is he going to gain? What is he going to gain?
What
would he gain?
Let me help JT out. I'm gonna tell a quick story real quick, then we're gonna keep this going. So, if I'm from Atlanta, so if you guys are from Atlanta and you played sports, or you played a sport or anything like that, they're already doing what JT and lead attorney is doing. Cam Newton, who else runs a camp out there? I can't think of another person. I think it's a linebacker that runs a camp out of Atlanta too. They all run camps. Now think about it like this. There's a million kids out there. And they're all running camps and stuff like that. They all get that personal time, or, somewhat of personal time with that. Even I've been in that, playing baseball, where you get a little bit of one-on-one time. I had a one-on-one time with scouts and stuff like that. Now, is it a good thing? Sure. They tell you some things that you need to learn, things like that. Cool, whatever. But here is the problem with that. Sometimes the ROI doesn't match the return on investment doesn't match the money that you gave up. So if you gave up $10,000, if I gave up $10,000, my kid better be in the league, or he better get drafted, or he better go to a D1 school. He better get drafted. That's just how I see it. Like the ROI, what are the chances of my child getting drafted? And then that's also dependent on your child, because your child might not really be that good. And because he had Michael Jordan around him, I mean, yeah, he's getting a little better, but it doesn't guarantee that he's going to be. He could suck. Michael Jordan's not going to turn you into LeBron in one day, bro. I'm sorry, $10,000 is not enough. But yeah, man, like, but yeah, oh god.
You just have no respect for these gurus. Like, you are crazy.
I don't know what he would gain. He would gain what? Confidence, because hey, I'm with one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the game. He would gain some degree of confidence, maybe. But
have you ever talked to a guru before?
Yeah.
Or like talk to someone who's just been who's doing your same thing, but just on a whole nother level.
Yes, I have.
And when they do that, when you talk to this person, they don't give you a different mindset. I mean, I know you say, oh, it's mindset and it's all woo woo.
They
But
give
no, like a
me.
paradigm shift is for real.
It's not.
I will say this.
You just
What I
grew more
have gained
confident.
in the past.
You just grew more confident. There's no paradigm shift. There's no, like, you know, someone met somebody, then all of a sudden they just turned into a beast. No, they were a beast beforehand. They just met the guy.
From situations like this, and I have never paid. The only thing that I would pay for if we go out to eat, I'll say I got the check. The money doesn't. I've never put money in their pocket. I would say I got the check.
True.
But what I gained from them is the experience of these are the mistakes I made going down the same road that you're trying to go down. You can avoid these mistakes. That is what I've gained. But you know what? I can get that from their book. Most of these guys got books. You can get that from their book. You can. They're not teaching you. There's, like I said, there's no. It's not worth $10,000. Not to me. It's not worth
Wow.
$10,000.
What do you think, Orlando? If you had a son freshman year in college and he's trying to play basketball,
Yes,
you wouldn't
yes,
spend.
yes,
All right,
yes.
explain
Okay.
to JT why you would
Please
spend.
explain it to me. No,
Mr. Can you afford it? Like, explain to Mr. Can you afford it? And he can't afford $10,000. He being cheap as hell. Explain to him why you would pay Michael Jordan.
Before he explains that, let me explain why I think it's absolutely useless. Let me
I
explain
thought
this.
you did, but go ahead.
No. I'm saying specifically with the Michael Jordan thing. You are aware that Michael Jordan has children, right?
Yeah, I think he has that son plan.
Yeah, you're aware that he has not one but two sons. You're aware of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And both of those sons play basketball. You're aware of this, right?
Okay.
And being that he's their father, I'm pretty sure he spent more than one day with his two sons. Can we agree to that?
Correct.
What are his sons' names?
I don't know, to be honest.
You goddamn right you don't know their names because they never made it to the NBA and they lived with the man all their lives. I'm going to spend $10,000 for one day.
Hey man. What did he say wrong, bro? What did he say, bro? Like, and especially when you compare it to like the league. Here's my story. I didn't tell it earlier. Here's my story. I played baseball. Had a chance to play with Marquise Grissom. Marquise Grissom used to play for the. Did he play for the Braves? Yeah, he played for the Braves and he played for the Giants. Okay. I think he also played for another team. I can't remember. But Marquise Grissom had a team in Georgia, in Atlanta. Okay, it was like 2,500 or something like that to play with him, right? Ask me how many of those kids, not only did they start on the team, how many of those kids made it to the league? The major leagues. Less than 1%. And he had multiple teams. Less than 1% of those kids, it wasn't 100%, because you also got to base it off of this. Number one, playing time. He's attracting the best. He's attracting the best of the best all the time. So you're not going to get that one-on-one time with him. You're not going to be able to really use his name, that's what a lot of people were trying to translate that to when you go to college. So you gotta bank on your kid being one of the best. You gotta bank on your kid. You're not only you spending that money on the kid, but you got to make sure that kid is that Marquise Grissom sees your child and wants to work with your child. Otherwise, he's just taking your money and your kid riding a fucking bench. You know how many of my friends or baseball colleagues that I had rode his bench? They didn't go to D1. They went to a D2 school. They didn't go to the league. Some of them didn't make any team after playing with Marquise Grissom. So not only was the ROI a bad deal, but there was nothing. Nothing happened just because they played with a guy who played in the major league for 10 plus years. It doesn't translate. It doesn't always translate. Look at it like this. LeVar Ball, he never went to the league. I think they said he scored like 5 points in college. He has 3 sons that has at least been in the league, around the team, or in the G League. And he has never been in the NBA. He's never been in the NBA. So take that at face value for you guys that talk about, should we trust these gurus and stuff like that. Check out your ROI, check out your return on investment, and see if you're going to get anything about it. Because if you just want to stand next to the man, Big Dog, you can catch him out in public, go to one of his things, take a quick picture with him, and leave. It's free 99. All right, guys. So appreciate y'all. Peace.